8:41 Central African Time. News that's just come in now. There's a blaze that has engulfed the SAPES Trust Building in Harare in Zimbabwe early this morning, hours before it was set to host a press conference by Zimbabwe's opposition leaders. The briefing, scheduled for 11 o'clock this morning, was expected to bring together parties united in their resistance to President Emmerson Mnangagwa's bid for a third term. For the latest, we are now joined by our correspondent in Zimbabwe, John Cassim. John, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. What do we know about this fire? Do you have details?
Yes, it's confirmed that indeed surface offices were petrol bombed around midnight. The details coming from the director of SAPES, Dr. Ibo Mandaza, to the fact that around midnight, a team of unknown people got to they broke the lock there, and then the guy and
Your line is breaking there, John. Okay, I think we've just lost him now. We'll try and get a hold of him again there. Getting the latest coming from Harare in Zimbabwe, where the SAPES Trust Building has caught fire early this morning. We just heard there from John that it was petrol bombed, and this venue was supposed to host opposition parties in the country who are against President Emmerson Mnangagwa's bid for a third term. It was a meeting or a briefing that was scheduled for 11 o'clock this morning. We'll try and get a hold of John again. John, are you back? Can you hear us? Yes. So you say the reports from political analyst Ibo Mandaza were that the building was petrol bombed. At what state is it now in terms of damage?
We are not so sure yet. They haven't released anything more than the report that indicates that the suspects or the arsonists went in, petrol bombed, and then they changed the lock of the gate so that if there was assistance going to come to put out the fire, it will be delayed. So according to what these people are saying, it and other studies, it appears this was sort of a planned Arson against this office, maybe because they knew that some press conference was going to take place there this morning around 11 a.m. A team, probably a group or grouping of political analysts or political leaders from various opposition parties were supposed to convene there and hold a press conference against what they say that the extension of rule of President Emmerson Mnangagwa from 2028, when his second term ends, to 2030, following what happened at the conference in Mutare last week.
So the arson was planned, but was it politically motivated? We understand that the building that was set alight belongs to that political analyst we speak about, Ibo Mandaza.
Yeah, definitely this is what they are suggesting, because Dr. Ibo Mandaza has always been a political analyst for quite some time now, but we have had quite a number of incidents where Dr. Mandaza has held press conferences. People have been attacked at his office while holding press conferences. This is not the first time, but of course the fire issue can be said that it could be the first time. But the attacks on Dr. Ibo Mandaza are not the first. And then the issue of burning offices is obviously linked to politics, politically motivated. That's what they are saying, especially when it comes to the issue that this was a venue which was sort of more like neutral, not in the CBD. Well, SAPES office is more like about 3 kilometers away from the central business district. And when it comes to security, at least it's a secure place to hold the meetings and conferences. In fact, that's what that office has always been doing since its inception. So a lot of people are already suggesting that this is political and that the issue was to make sure that the press conference does not take place and alert Zimbabweans on whether it is bad or good to have President Emmerson Mnangagwa's term extended to 2030.
Any leads in terms of arrests that need to be made? Arson is illegal.
So far, we always follow what the police say. The police are yet to issue a statement, and we also are not yet aware that there are any arrests. We're still looking forward to police statements detailing what they have seen or investigated and got at the end of the day. Whether they are going to be arrested or not is something else, but they haven't said anything yet.
And do you know that the Zimbabweans, opposition leaders, might continue with the meeting and change venue?
We are not so sure. Even the word of the press conference likely going to take place was sort of being kept in the bud so that maybe word does not spread faster and that the ruling party would do something or even the security would do something. But from what we're getting now, it appears as if they were even way ahead of the opposition elements who intended to hold this press conference.
John, we'll leave it there for now. Thank you so much for this update.
My pleasure.
That's John Cassim, Channel Africa's Zimbabwe correspondent, talking to us about a fire that erupted midnight. He said somebody threw in a petrol bomb. It's definitely arson, he says. And reports coming from Harare in Zimbabwe that this venue, owned by political analyst Ibo Mandaza, was where Zimbabweans, opposition leaders and parties were to meet for a briefing as they discuss their issues pertaining to their dissatisfaction and resistance to President Emmerson Mnangagwa's bid for a third term.
Gender-based violence is destroying